Question for David, if I may. And Jim made mention of it just a moment ago, but to what extent are you relying on people having seen all the other movies to understand this movie? I mean, there were a lot of references to a lot of things from other movies, which if you've never, as an audience goer, if you've never seen anything else other than the first one or the second one, you have to have seen the one in the middle to understand this.
It is a franchise, and so there's a certain degree of inevitability about that, I think. Though we do set out to try and make the film completely intelligible to someone who hasn't, as a standalone item, to someone who hasn't seen the other films. But given the fact that we're now the sixth of what will be 8 films, it is kind of inevitable that there'll be things that you would miss if you hadn't read the books or seen the previous films. And we couldn't, each film would be 5 hours long if we started at the beginning every time and tried to give everyone the complete backstory. So we do our best, and hopefully we don't miss or leave too many people baffled and confused.
Okay, there's a gentleman just behind. Thank you.
I have a question for the 3 young actors, and the question is, what would happen if you got the luck potion? What would you do in real life with the luck potion?
Any ideas?
I guess the obvious answer is to make anybody fall in love with you. I think that's the person you want, obviously. I don't know.
I guess the question is which person you would want to fall in love with you.
Keep it to
Is your crush embarrassing? I think as to who.
Was it the love potion or the luck potion?
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant love.
luck.
Oh, right, luck.
Oh, that's different. I would have taken it before I did the Jonathan Ross.
That was pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I was quite nervous, so I would have taken it before then to give me a bit of Dutch courage.
I would have taken it before my A-levels. That would have been good.
I don't know. I think, yeah, with interviews it would be pretty good, like today. I could do it somehow. But, yeah.
Okay, there's a gentleman right at the back. If we can go to you. Stripy shirt. I'm sorry, I can't see you very well. Yes, you. And then, yes, I think if that microphone's out, you'll probably have to.
This is a question for Emma. Emma, I wonder if you could talk a bit about how you have developed technically as an actress over the years, and what you might have learned from the seasoned actors you've been working with since the age of 10.
I think when we first started, I think people forget we were so young. We were, 9 or 10, and we very much relied on Chris Columbus to. We were so young. He would sometimes switch off the sound and would direct us over the take and add it in later. So as the camera was rolling, he would be directing us through it. We needed that much sort of guidance, especially as we were working with so many special effects, so many things were going on, animals, magic, everything, and we had to act on top of that. So, and, Rupert and I were totally new to this experience. So I think the first 2 films were just getting to grip with the idea of being on a film set and being an actress, and that was enough. By the 3rd film, I think that started taking myself. I think when I was younger, I probably was Hermione. I probably was that little girl. I probably didn't really need to act too much. I did a kind of a caricature of who I was, of myself. So it didn't require too much thought. As I got older and she's become a much more complex character, needed more guidance. I guess now I like to think of myself as an actress. I think of all of of going through all of the films as my kind of film academy, or the way that I've learnt. And I'm lucky that I've worked with so many different directors with very different styles, and with a lot of different actors. I think we get asked a lot if the actors give us any advice, and I don't think they have particularly. I think Helena Bonham Carter was someone who was the first person who I really connected with, and as close to anyone has come to being a mentor for me. She probably has, because I think she had quite a similar experience to me when she was younger. Anyway, I've talked a lot, but yeah.
Good answer. I think the microphone is still at the back. There's another gentleman in a white shirt sitting down, had a question. Have you got the microphone, sir?
Thank you. Well, I try. Siegfried Tesche, freelance from Germany. I have a question to the whole crew. It might sound a little bit odd, but I just recently read that the white suit from John Travolta's film Saturday Night Fever was sold for a huge sum of money in America, and it actually financed the study of a son who sold it. The man who sold it financed the suit with the selling. He financed the suit of his study of his son. So I wonder, why is it really possible to keep something from the films and maybe put it in your locker room or wherever, and sooner or later put it out and you have some, whatever, something in the bank account in a different kind of thing? And would you agree? Are you allowed to keep anything at all?
David, would you like to start on that?
Well, I obviously have to say absolutely not. No, not that we know of. Nobody keeps anything that we know of.
No, I think also the difference between Saturday Night Fever and Harry Potter is that even before we made the films, they were hugely anticipated because of the popularity of the books. So we are aware that props and costumes from the films probably will be valuable. So we aren't allowed to keep them, and there's Harry Potter theme parks and Harry Potter trains which are going around the country which have the costumes and the props and everything on them. So we are aware that you can't just walk off with one. No.
I've got some old tweed suits of my own which I'll be prepared to sell if anything.